What is up? Welcome to week 11. 11 weeks in, man. Crazy. It's been a good season. Feels like it's been a long season, but I don't want it to be anywhere close to over yet. Gonna start off with some food. I'm kind of hungry. This is, if you can see, maple smoked salmon. I got a picture right here. That's where I got it from, Costco. Good stuff. This is actually my second purchase of this because just mowed through the first one. The pepper's good. The normal flavor's good, but I haven't had the maple yet. So, let's see what it's like. Damn. It's like a fish pancake. Just needs some melted butter. That'd make it feel like breakfast. Really good. If you remember, I had the smoked salmon that Costco sells with Rick, like, I don't know, 8 years ago when we were first doing these videos. I guess I brought it back. This is comparable to that smoked salmon, though, and way better price point when you think about it. That smoked salmon's like $12 for a single fillet. This is 3 fillets for like 15, and every single one of them has been delicious. Fantastic, man. Good protein too. Exactly what the body needs when you're recovering from like a weekend binge. All right. Where else are we? We're going to talk about bets. Suey, miss, good trade. In fact, let's take a look at that real quick. So, miss gives up Trevor Lawrence, Christian McCaffrey, Brandon Ayuk, Cooper Kupp. So, miss gave up Christian McCaffrey. Suey, Josh Allen, Breece Hall. Troy Franklin is actually, I wouldn't put him in garbage category. I think Troy Franklin is a pretty important piece to the Denver offense. Ricky Pearsall, whatever. That's like Brandon Ayuk. So, Suey, you gave up, Josh Allen, who is top of the top for fantasy quarterbacks, and then Breece Hall, which is like, middling. No, I'd say like a top end RB2, and then our WR3 for the best running back in fantasy football. I don't hate it for either side. I don't get it from miss just because you are a Niners fan. I would think you would want to hold on to Christian McCaffrey and just like cheer for the guy who's literally winning your team football games. I guess it's not always about keeping fantasy and reality intertwined, though. Maybe you're trying to, I don't know, do your own thing. That's cool. But if I were a Niner fan and I had Christian McCaffrey, claws keeping that guy on my team, you would have to give more than Suey gave up. But I don't think it's lopsided. I think it's a good trade. Just whatever rationale you guys had, I guess that's what, I don't know. Good job, though. What else we got? Baja Division. It looks like the top and the bottom are just continuing to separate. Same with Dark Tide, separation. Death Division, separation. BlackRock, everybody's in it. 6-4 is the top record. 5-5 is the bottom record. I don't care what any of y'all say. BlackRock right now is the most interesting division in fantasy football in our league. I mean, look at that. Everybody is putting wins together. Everybody is staying competitive. Now, I'm not saying like, I don't know. Ickett, great job getting the win. It's too bad that, you didn't have that win last week because, 3-8 would still probably be out of A bracket contention. At least you're pulling out of potential toilet bowl contention. Like, keep winning. Sucks that you lost Marvin Harrison, but whatever. It's only for a week. All right. Next up, let's look at bets. Let's start at the bottom here. the greens, because the greens are the wins. I nailed it, man. Philadelphia Eagles, they came through for me. They actually could have lost this game. They went for it on 4th down and 3 with like a minute left in the game, and they didn't get it, which gave the Packers the opportunity to go get a pretty easy field goal or maybe even score 7. The Packers failed to do that, so luckily I won both bets. Otherwise, I'd be sitting at 2 grays like the ones above me. The Eagles came through, Ravens came through. Seahawks, I've been saying it, Seahawks are just automatic. You just bet them, and they're going to come through for you. And then the Lions, man. The Lions covered the spread by 22 points. Remember what we were talking about last week. If they drop a game, they're probably going to win the next game. And I don't know. They're just a good team. I don't think they should be even dropping games right now. Bri, these are yours. Sorry, man. Didn't work out. Looks like you bet the Cleveland Browns. I would put the Browns in the Dolphins category. I don't care who they're playing. Don't care if it's a positive matchup. You never bet on the Browns. Don't put your money on that team. Like, why would you do that? I hope you learn your lesson. Like, etch that on your board of not to do's. The Panthers are one of those teams too, where I just don't really trust them. I don't. It's the Saints. The Saints beat the Panthers. Oh my gosh, man. Yeah, Panthers, Saints, Browns, Jets, Dolphins. Stay away. All of those teams, just stay away from them. The Ravens, I totally get. They covered for you, but unfortunately, the Saints. They made that parlay not work out. So I'm interested to see what you do this week, Bri. I know it's been a stretch of losses. In fact, 6 straight losses, but eventually the trend reverses. You just gotta, I don't know, learn your lessons. Bet on the winners who keep winning. And that brings me to a bet. I decided actually to go for a prop bet this week because, I don't know, I'm just riding high or whatever on the wins from last week. So, Breece Hall, he feels like the only available target on the Jets right now. So I have him for over 2.5 receptions in tonight's game. If you look at the line, the Patriots are favored by like 13. So that means that the Jets are just constantly going to be playing from behind. When the team is playing from behind, they tend to dump off, to the nearest wide receiver or running back often because they're typically under pressure, right? So we'll see. I think that was a pretty easy bet. If that wins, then my bet above is free and cleared by $7.50. Because, again, I'm just feeling good about last week's wins. I went with a 7-point teaser. Though every one of these felt like kind of a layup, especially when you add the points. Dallas Cowboys against the Raiders. Cowboys to lose by up to a field goal and a half. Yeah, please. Seattle Seahawks, we don't even need to talk much more about them. They've been crushing it over and over again, and they're 3-point dogs against the Rams. I get it. The Rams are playing great football too, but, oh man, I don't know. The Seahawks they feel like fire right now. So, yeah, I will take the Seahawks plus 10 every time I can get it. Bucks Bills. I feel like the Bills are back. Bucks are playing good football again. Over 40. That's pretty easy. Green Bay Packers versus the Giants. The Giants now are not the Giants like 4 weeks ago who were upsetting, great teams. The Giants are now with Jameis Winston. They are now without Cam Scatterboo. So the Packers, kind of like the Lions last week, they don't want to drop 2 straight. I think they've only lost 1 so far. It's not going to be too straight. They're going to beat the Giants. Niners versus the Cardinals. The Niners are just the better team. The Cardinals are now missing Marvin Harrison, so they're just going to be throwing to Suey's guy, Trey McBride, all day. All day. I'm going to get peppered PPR points from Trey McBride, but that's fine. The Niners are going to win this game, but if they don't win, they can lose by a field goal plus. Ravens Browns, yeah, I would never bet the Browns, but I would bet against the Browns. Absolutely, the Ravens, they're going to steamroll them. I don't even care that they're divisional opponents. The Ravens are going to crush the Browns. And then the Lions versus the Eagles. I just like the offenses on both sides. So again, give me 40 points between those two teams. Absolutely. That's a long rant about this teaser, but I feel really good about it. The great thing is none of this hinges on tonight's game, so regardless of what happens with Breece Hall, I've still got a teaser that I can root for all of Sunday, and I'm looking forward to it. I think that covers it, everyone. I'm going to sit here and eat the rest of my fish. You have a good week. Hope I beat you, Suey. Bye.